Okay, guys, girls, and everything else. This is Cargo Pants, and I will show you the familiars of Pathfinder Second Edition and stuff like that. Right now, I will just try to see stuff like enhance familiar, maybe to get better familiars for my magus that I made. So that's level 12. It's too important. So yeah. I will just try to speedrun it. We can have fun. Oh yeah, I see. So yeah, we'll need to probably make another dedication for that. Which we will make at level. Let's make heal animal. And yeah, familiar master. A B C D E F G. I'll try to make it fast. Funny. Since then, okay, we can't have. Yeah, we get it actually for free, so yeah, let's do like what rapid recharge instead of that. So we have enhanced familiar right now, and let's check other stuff. Improved familiar then, and then check the incredible familiar at level 16 and at level 18. Let's check out the. We already have special Beastmaster's companion. So yeah, we have the companion and we have the familiar. Familiar will have like a bunch of abilities. See like this. Let's make it another like bird. Probably like a songbird or something. Which let's give it like flying. Fly speed maybe. Flyer. Yes. Flyer, fast movement, fly for this bird. Let's make it. Let's check how spell battery works maybe. And ability to cast level 4 spells. Yeah. Let's check this. So yeah. Over here we have our beast, which is one of many things. that it could be. For example, we have an ape over here, which has all of these stats, and then has fighting displays, which, as you can see, it can demoralize an enemy. Ape doesn't need to be an ape. It can be like some sort of primate, like maybe even gorilla. Arboreal sapling. Your companion is a walking tree, aka probably it's like a leash or something. But I don't want to like offend anyone, so no, there's no lashes, so it's probably like a lash companion. So yeah, it can throw a rock at enemy. It has all these traits over here that you have. Also, as a support benefit, it can like move around your foe and stuff like this. And Badger, that has all the stuff similar. It's quite cool because it has like a burrow speed and climb speed both. And Badger Rage, yeah, this is literally a barbarian rage pretty much. Which is pretty cool. You can also have a bat that can thrash enemies with wings. And as a benefit, your bat can give enemies -1 to attack rolls, and I forgot to give it this one. Yeah, this one can do demoralize stuff like this as a support benefit. This one can root your foe. There's also a bear that if you use your support benefit, it takes more damage. The enemy takes more damage from the bear, and this one allows you to, for one action, after a close strike, you can make another close strike as a bear, and then if you succeed at it, it will also grapple the enemy. Now Beetle, which is a large beetle, which I know that my friend Lenny the Beetle, like you know D from Declan from One Piece, would really appreciate. So yeah, Beetle can strike 3 times for 2 actions, and as a support benefit, it can like force movement on enemies. Can deal damage and make enemies flat-footed. This one, see, this one can bleed, make enemies bleed, and also has flyby attack. We just, you know, flies and makes a ton attack along the way. There's also a boar, which you can see another bleed damage, and this one strike twice and make attack and make a strike with your task. There's the camel that is large, so you can like ride on it. So I feel that it's a mount, so you know it's like a special mount that allows you to just basically ignore all of the stuff with travel. It can spit on enemy to make the enemy dazzled. Also, yeah, it can be also a llama instead of a camel. And the beetle can be any like non-flying bug, I think. So yeah, that one can strike twice, giving +5 foot bonus to every strike. So it's 35 feet normally. So you do that for your speed, which is every stride. So you have, instead of just moving like you would normally use with 2 actions, which is 70 feet, you move 80 feet. You can also set use larger version, but you know. There's also capybara, yeah. Capybara, giant rodent over here. So yeah, capybara, yeah. I don't know the meme where There's like this anime girl or something that just says capybara, capybara, and then there's like this song that is, hey, I got a Glock in my Rari, 17 shots, no 38, and it just like teaches you how to make like crystallized methamphetamine. Yeah, so a giant rodent basically, which it can give you like +1 to attack, and also it can spray the enemies, and they must do a fortitude save. Yeah, your capybara essentially just spits on your enemies. Then you can have a cat. You can be usually just a big cat. It can be a leopard, tiger. Also, this one D4 for precision damage, which is kind of like a rogue, which flat-footed enemies, cool. And you can strike and then strike, just basically jump on enemy. Then the cave gecko. Well, that's just a big lizard over here, essentially just Mark Zuckerberg, but without an identity crisis. And it can like trip enemies and pull enemies with your and pull stuff with their tongue. That doesn't really need to be an enemy, I think. Like most of probably your GM would allow you to like pull objects also. Oh, and cave pterosaur, which, oh yeah, also remember everyone has like an attack skill, which you can just like pause and read the attacks and stats like that. But I mostly just talk about support benefits and stuff like that. And as you hear me, you can just essentially quickly read all of this stuff. Your pterosaur expands its wings, flapping minions. This pterosaur gets standard cover, so it can cover itself while yet again fly and strike. Then crocodile. Yes. I'm like Sir Crocodile. You probably got the reference, but I had one of the creamy rolls where just everyone just holds them like a cigar, like crocodile in one piece. So essentially, it can hold its breath for 2 hours, but it's nothing really special or something. So yeah, it can just slow down the enemy and by grappling it essentially, and yeah, you can see it just destroys the enemy completely. Domarosaur, which is also called Raptor, which is a Velociraptor, which if you play D&D you probably think, oh, now Jesus came to Earth or something. This darts into flying poison. Into flanking position. Which, yeah, it can just flank enemies. And it can just step 10 feet and then strike, or strike and then step. Which is very good for maneuvering and just flanking enemies overall. Because, you can get out of enemy reach to flank another enemy without triggering reactions. It's very good. Then elephant or a mammoth, which it's large, but I saw that the camel is large, so I think that elephant should be a bit bigger. So yeah, but that's a small elephant, I think. Yeah, it can just do the trumpets to give enemies a really hard time finding you. and then your elephant it can just grab someone with a trunk and just throw them to trash. Fiery leopard. See that's unique. So yeah, that's essentially just a leopard that has extra like fire stuff. Which over here you see unique traits. I told you about it before. You just probably can't have it unless you're in a very specific campaign or something. Then ghost. Ooh. Yeah. And that stuff. It can scare the enemy by frightening it, and do the like poltergeist shies and you know causing stuff to fly, doing bludgeoning damage. So yeah, girls and then Giptas. Which is an aberration, which is pretty cool. Bouncing slam, really cool. Um, Live toward a medium or small creature. Very cool. It's a rare, so you may ask your GM. You can intimidate, pull enemies, and deal like slashing damage. Essentially, turn it into like a, I don't know, like a the little thing that just destroys everything with blades. Horse, which is just a horse. Again, that the same ability that Camel basically has. But now it gives you like 10-foot speed boost, so instead of while Camel could like move out to 80 maximum with that, um, the horse can move to 100 with that. But Camel has the cool thing that allows you to like move really fast in the desert and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, Melee Strike. You can use a larger version. Horse, then Hyena. Hyena, yet again, frightening pretty much. Or you can see pretty much all of the stuff that you need to see yet again. And yeah, just ignoring enemy. Pretty standard hyena stuff. Then Monitor Lizard. What is Monitor Lizard? Serpentine one. Draw Strike. Yeah, the same thing as Crocodile. And you can see the ability, the rapid movementing and stuff like that. Monitor Lizard. Then Moth. Probably my favorite one. A giant fruit eating moth with a what? There's medium. You can see all of this stuff. Stealth. Invisible to echolocation. That's pretty cool, and you can see enemies will have pretty hard time hitting here. Ultrasonic scream that just stuns enemies. Moth is pretty cool. I would probably make a character like this. Pangolin. What is a pangolin? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like I see, pangolin is probably like I think armadillo. I think. I don't know. I'm not like a huge animal expert. Unless it's insects, then I'm pretty knowledgeable about insects and mollusks. and also kind of crustaceans, but pretty much everything that um, pretty much everything that is not an invertebrate, then I pretty much don't know anything about, except maybe my dog. Uh, yeah, more bleed damage, and it can curl into a defensive form. Pretty cool. Rhinoceros. Yeah, like I made a joke before, but oh yeah, rhinoceros, like rhinoceros beetle, rhinoceros beetle, rhinoceros beetle. Yeah, that was a funny joke, I think, or probably not. you know, I'm 90% sure that it was not a funny joke, but who cares? Not me. Yeah, trying to unbalance the enemy. Pretty useful stuff, and it can charge to deal any damage. That's pretty cool. Additional damage if it's nimble or savage. Riding Drake. Well, you can see it cannot fly yet, but it can do a breath weapon. And it can do a fire damage, which kinda looks to me like the bleed damage that older ones did. And now a Scorpion. Scorpion is pretty cool right now. A bunch of poison damage. It's pretty cool. Once again, the standard bleed like thing that gives you like damage. That's basically then grab and stink. Make a princess trying to essentially grab the enemy, and then strike with the stinger, which deals poison damage. It's pretty useful, I think. Then Shadow Hound, which yeah, access you're a Shadowcaster, so you probably need a Shadowcaster dedication for that. But over here, okay, so support Shadowhounds, leave an opening, so yeah, and then it can bay, which is demoralized in 20-foot elimination. About demoralizing in an emanation, then actually I'm doing like a homebrew that gives you like a hacky dedication that allows you to demoralize enemies with like Conqueror's Haki, which essentially works pretty much like this. No shark. Oh yeah. It can swim, so but it can't move, so it's probably like not the best bet if you're trying to go to like a normal campaign. So yeah, it can do all of the bleeding stuff, but it's only really good if you're trying to do this. But it can be like a good backup companion because you can have more than one companion if you're doing like this. Skeletal bird of prey, which well, clumsing enemy and it can just screech. So yeah, it's a different from a normal bird. I'm kind of surprised. Skeletal constructor. Constrictor. Yeah. So it's probably like a. So yeah, it's a bone. It's a bone snake. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's just a normal snake. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of like. Oh wait. No, it's not undead, but mindless. Oh yeah, yeah, that is because snakes are mindless actually. yeah, I forgot to say that. Deals extra piercing damage, Pretty cool stuff, you know. If you grapple a creature, then they're pretty much screwed. Skeleton Mount, yeah, Gallop, yes, yet again, another horde, but instead of that, it can like frighten enemies. Skeleton Servant, yeah, again, not another mindless thing. Um, this one doesn't fear enemies, doesn't make enemies fear. So yeah, now flat-footing enemy, that's pretty useful, and then, oh yeah, fierce enemies as an ability. By just biting enemies and do stuff like that. So over here, oh yeah, you can use a larger version for that. Forgot snake. Oh no, that one can't. So yeah, once again, constricting, pretty cool. Support really benefit. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah, boa python. I think that you can like make an argument to put a cobra over here if you really want it. Unless your GM is horrible. Terror bird. It's essentially an oversized dodo bird with like rabies. So yeah, flat-footing enemies yet again and doing bleed damage if you hit an enemy. That's what it does, and it can move pretty fast, I guess. Triceratops, yeah, that's a dinosaur. That's a straight up dinosaur. So yeah, because dinosaurs are actually alive in Pathfinder universe. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but you know, mammoths and all of the stuff that is died out is probably alive, except like all almost all of the like literally almost all of the animals, all of the like dinosaurs have more feathers than have like a bunch of feathers, almost all of them. So yeah, persistent bleed damage as an ability, and now it can yeah, that's like another charge attack, but this time it can hit the enemy down. Tyrannosaurus. I think that we don't even need to explain who Tyrannosaurus is. Um, so yeah, frightening enemies as an ability, pretty cool because it like makes them it harder to hit and do spells for them, and better for you to just hit them. Mm, and draw strike and grappling enemy. And that's pretty cool. Ungen Luran? What is that? Wait. What is that? Yeah. So sorry. What's this? Wait. What is that? I need to see the artwork of it. Oh. Chaotic neutral. It's like an amphibian? What is that? Oh? No, okay. and it does persisting enemy damage and like electricity damage, which is another persistent damage. But this one is really weird. Or is it because just I'm tired and now I'm hallucinating because of it? Mm, no, another just strike with like electricity damage. So yeah, they don't actually do like. Yeah, yeah. Sorry for like going to it, but that's a really weird thing. On that hand, oh yeah, let's make a Wednesday joke. So yeah, bludgeoning damage, pretty regular. Like another like strike that deals damage as a support benefit. Which yeah, it can grab and it can drop enemies by the throat, like you if you made a Wednesday joke. Vampiric animal. Yeah, that is any animal that could be a like a vampire or something. Probably a wolf or a lizard because that were probably the most vampires, at least from what I can recall. Yeah, better smelling and then persistent blade damage. Uh, and now, mm, yeah, you can get temporary hit points, which is pretty cool, I think. Vulture. Yeah. Another bird that moves, and this one can like feast on the fallen. An ability to gain like hit points after the enemy dies, and well, it can literally vomit to an enemy. To second enemy. That's kind of funny actually. Water Wraith. Sorry. I I'm so tired that I read Water Wraith as Walter White. Sorry. Can hold breath, changes course, and makes enemy dazzled. Yeah, so it's just a lizard over here, as far as I know. It's just like a special needs lizard or something. Um, each time you hit a creature, it makes enemy dazzled. Requirements for rough action. Just attacks. The water wave gives 2d8 temporary health points for at least one round if the foe takes persistent damage. So yeah, that's just kind of as far as I can see, probably very similar to a vampire. Wolf. This one, it can slow down the enemy and it can knock enemy prone, which is kind of cool because most of the jaw strikes just like grapple the enemy. Then zombie. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, that's kind of yeah. That one's kind of cool. Like getting like an elimination. I think. Yeah, you could create like a character that has like probably a dead person from a backstory. maybe like a ranger or a druid that had like a dead person in their backstory and just couldn't bear with it. Maybe a druid, and that druid just learned like all of this stuff that druids do just to like bring this person back from the dead or something, animating like their dead loved one or something with like a with like some sort of fungus, and taking like a maybe plant order with like the animal companion fit, or maybe like dueling it to an animal order. That's carrion bird, which, oh yeah, and have a taste that that one was probably just, oh no, that's a strike, that's another bite instead of that, okay, instead of like healing. So yeah. That's just normal damage over here, and this one is extra damage to a strike. Just adding extra damage to a strike. And zombie mount, yeah, disgusting with the gallop. Yeah, it splashes on enemies, so it's disgusting, yeah. Support this. Yeah, that's just, I don't know why is it choose that it choose on my enemies if it deals like bludgeoning damage. That's kind of weird. But yeah, let's go back to the bird. I think the bird was the one that fitted the most for our character. And then we have either like at our specialized companion. Let's get this one to levels 16 for the next video already. For our specialized companion, which is not mature probably because mature just gives you a buff. I think the incredible Beastmaster's companion is what gives you advancement, and then the specialized Beastmaster's companion which is the at 14, then it gives you this. So over here we can see Indomitable, which mostly makes you more of a tank. Makes your animal more of a tank. This one makes it more of a like, you know, the acrobatical one, the nimble like rogue one, kind of. This one gives you like, this one makes your animal strong, and this one gives you like wisdom, which is high, which is kind of weird for me, you know. Because it gives you wisdom even though you use dexterity for stealth, but you know, it's cryptid, so it should make sense for like it managed to survive that long even though it's like the last of its species probably. And that's what most cryptids are explained to be, like the last of its species or something. And then this one has more wisdom, and then has like air stuff. Yeah, you have like air stuff, and then this one just gives you the same but for fire. That one is water, and then that one is for earth, I think. Yeah. So let's make it nimble because I want it nimble. And then for our last thing that we can have is, yeah, it can sneak even if it's observed, which is really cool. So yeah, now your animal can speak. That's cool. And then bully. And now this one is good. Bully, which is good for every companion that focuses on demoralizing enemies. Daredevil. So yeah, if your enemy is weaker, then you can be flat-footed to the enemy. So bye bye low-level rogues. Racer, which makes it just faster, and Constitution of course because stamina. Racer Flying, which is the same thing, different than Shade. Yeah, I expected it to be the Andrew's like stealthy one, kind of like Ambusher, but this one is just like Shadowcast. Oh yeah, it's Shadowcaster. Um, yeah, this one tracker, it can track. This one can wreck, so it can destroy objects. Yeah, this one is like water speed. I can't see why can't I choose this one. Why can't I choose like Wind Chaser Land? But okay, Deep Diver. To dive deep. Steadfast Strider gives you all of the stuff not to be bothered by difficult terrain, which probably in air won't be like any problems. Well, Fire Scorcher. Which works only with F3T. So yeah, Steadfast Strider works only with the ones that are taught by ground guys. And then Deep Diver with Water Fly attached. And these two are like for Genie guys. So yeah, Ambusher. This one the best. So yeah, these are essentially all things that you need to know on animal companions. I hope that you were reading like the entries with like speeds and stuff like this, visions for you. But most important things are probably just like what kind of speed it uses, and then the things I actually read for you. But you know, you, you can read this thing probably in like half a second. So I don't think I need. So yeah, next episode will be probably on familiars. Yeah, tomorrow I will, which technically is today. I will upload like more of the stuff. I'll record like videos early because I need to like study for like 3 tests I have at high school. Yeah, like math and math and history. Yeah, history my weakness, and also like the third test is for what? Yeah, yeah, cargo school life trivia. Very cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, and geography, which yeah Monday. Then like on Wednesday there's the history cool, and then like day after that I have geography. Oh yeah. So yeah, tomorrow I will be like probably after I'm done with like making a couple more videos, then I will probably just study for maths, and then I will most likely just for the rest of the week I will probably just study. So yeah, don't expect me to really like post much stuff until like uh, maybe Friday or the day before. Sorry, I'm forgetting how was the day before Friday called because I'm so tired. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Signing off.